Hello, how's everyone doing today? It is Berkfamily54comics. I am Steve. This is our Thursday night chat. I'm excited to be back this week. There was a kid sick, which was mine last week, and we had some other people that were going to be on here that just couldn't be on due to other reasons. But I'm excited and ecstatic to be back tonight. And another reason I'm excited to be back tonight is because I just went over 600 subscribers today. So I'm pretty excited, and I'm really excited to be joined by my guys. We got Ryan, and we got the 2BrothersComics. Let's bring in Ryan, which is also known as Nuexguy. What's up, dude?
Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, crazy day. I had a child problem this morning too, so it started out kind of weird, but I'm super excited because there's been a lot of awesome comic book news today, and there's been a lot of great books this week, so I'm excited to chat.
Heck yeah, dude. All right. I'm excited to talk with you, and I'm also excited to talk with one of the two brothers. Let's bring in Nick. What's up, man?
How's it going, Steve? You doing okay, man?
I'm doing good, man. How are you doing?
Good deal. Doing good. Ready to talk about some of the craziness we read this week.
Awesome. All right. And we have the other brother from 2BrothersComics. We have Dustin. Hello, man.
Wow. What's going on, man? Congratulations on hitting that 600. That's awesome.
I appreciate it. I think you were saying that. I appreciate everyone for joining us tonight. It is a big day. Super pumped to be at 600 subscribers. Hey, what's up? Oh, he's just going there.
Celebrating hands.
Dude, that looks like a Barstool Sports shirt from afar because you got the little star logo circle around it. It's pretty much El Presidente.
You know, we got to keep up the appearances of the accountant and the lumberjack thing going on.
Sure. You got some pretty sweet books there behind you. Aren't you giving those away?
They're going to be free this week sometime whenever we get a chance to give them away. Okay. Yeah, those are it.
Can people enter that contest? And what contest was that?
So this is actually just our 100 subscriber giveaway. And I feel like we're plugging early, but yeah, so this is our 100 subscriber giveaway. You can enter up until
tomorrow is the last day.
Tomorrow is the last day. And we'll do a random drawing, 3 different people next week. So we'll get that scheduled out and put that on the channel.
Awesome. I'm also doing a giveaway. I hit that 500 subscribers earlier this month. I announced it. Hey, Kachun, what's up? Dollar Bin Fodder, what's up? BB, what's up? I announced for my 500 subscriber giveaway, I was giving away this bad boy, which is Teen Titans 44. This is the first appearance of Nightwing and Jericho. And I'm giving away 9 other free books with this as well. And I said if I hit 600 subscribers by the end of the month, then I'd be giving away another key book with some more mystery books. And I did hit that today. And that book is Batman 55, which is the first appearance of Damian Wayne.
That's the one.
So, I'm going to be running out this weekend sometime so people have a chance to win these 2 books and a whole bunch of other ones as well. So please make sure you check out my 500 subscriber giveaway video that's posted on my channel. So
that's awesome.
Link in the chat right now.
You can't.
There's no one in the chat, man. I don't know what's going on. Like usually everyone's already in right now. I'm gonna have to post it on the old Instagram real quick.
And you can't drop a chat, Dustin, unless you're a moderator or a link.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it just won't show up. My bad.
Right now. Whose kid is that? Is that you, Ryan?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Ryan, I'll tell you what, dude. I just got back from a run, and I ran 2 miles in, tell me if you're impressed by this, 16:53.
Wow. Yeah, that's good.
I was cooking. And that last mile was like all uphill, too. So,
oh, man, nice.
So.
Yeah, I do good to do 10 minutes, 10 and a half minutes. So 16 for 2, that's what, like 9 minutes? That's pretty good.
Yeah, it says average is 8:27. There isn't really much else on either. Weird. Okay, this is the point in the show where we usually show off what books we grabbed this week. I'm just going to go in the order that we started with. So, Ryan, new guy, why don't you show off what you got this week?
Okay, well, the only thing I have on me at the moment is Power Rangers. Kind of a tight week for cash, so I do have some other stuff in my box. Some Usagi Yojimbo, the Color Classics, that one came out. Something is Killing the Children, #5 is sitting in my box still. And TMNT 102. I've also got that. And the Thumbs trade paperback came out too. So
nice.
All of that, waiting on another good payday to pick them up. But yeah, it was a good week. Surprisingly good week. I will say this: the books that I've read so far have really surprised me. Like the order that I've liked them in. I really didn't think I was going to get into Flash or Thor that much, but I like those. And Power Rangers, kind of a weak issue if you ask me. But we'll get into all that stuff later. Something That's Killing the Children has blown me away with this issue even more than before. And so yeah, it was a pretty cool week for comic books.
It is, man. I'll tell you what. I liked everything that I read for sure too. I'll go last, showing off what I grabbed. Looks like Nick is ready to show us what he got. He showed me had a fat stack of books. So 5 minutes. I'm excited to see what he got.
So I just pulled out this week's. I had last week's in there's two. I'm just now slowly starting to get to where I can read them all. But so Something's Killing the Children. Picked that one up. X-46. Everybody keeps talking about how great it is, but I've yet to even read the first one. That's what happens when you have a kid. Weapon X, or Weapon H, or Weapon Plus. I'm sorry, Weapon X Plus.
I almost got that. Everybody says great.
I don't know. I've gotten them all, but I haven't read one yet. Last God. This is one of my favorite series going on. I think that came out this week. X-Men 5. Don't care about that. I'm jumping on the Team NT train. I just have yet to start it. I started at 100, but I have yet to kind of kick it off yet. Something Killing the Children again. This one, off the recommendation of a few people in the community, it was less than subpar. Star Wars 2. I think that came out this week too. Thor. That's phenomenal, right? And then I went ahead and picked up the second print of Kylo Ren. So my wife actually started reading this too. So pretty cool there.
Nice. I'm messaging some people on the old Instagram letting them know that we're live. Let's go to Dustin. What's up, man? What'd you grab this week?
All right, so I grabbed a couple back issues. As everybody knows, I was late to the game. Nick's been on me for months about Kanto this and Kanto that. And I finally picked it up. So now I'm totally all in for it. So I picked up issue 5 and 6 for Kanto.
That's right.
Better. Got that second printing of issue #1.
I almost picked that up, but it's
black and white. And actually didn't know this was coming out this week. As y'all know, next week is TMNT Power Rangers week. But they threw that to me for cover price. And then when I went to the shop today that I showed you, I went to Berk. They had that for $20. I was like, I can't mess with you guys. One of my absolute favorites. Me and Ryan were talking about this earlier. This is getting crazy. And I was just talking last night about how I've just kind of been on the fence, like when the issue, after I read the issue every month, it's like after a couple of weeks, I'm like, I just don't know how much I really like this. And then I get a next issue and read it, and I'm like, I love it. So it was just running kind of slow for me, but after this issue, I'm all hooked back in again for sure. This is absolutely been one of the best books right now. Loving it. Issue 2 was off the hook. Can't wait to talk about it. And yes, guys, I have jumped on the Pogo train.
Yeah.
So I picked up 27 the week after we talked about it, read it. I've already read through the first trade paperback. I bought the second trade paperback. I haven't had a chance to dig into it yet, but I did read this issue. So I'm kind of catching it from the back end, catching it on the front end. So, but I'm definitely liking what's going on.
Dude, he's going to read the whole series 1 through 32 in like 2 months.
Yeah.
2 or 3 months.
Yeah. It took me like 2
The only thing
years.
that's stopping me is
Yeah,
the amount of money it costs.
JP, Chaos and Comics, hello. How's everyone doing? Okay, we're going through what books we got this week. I'm going to go ahead and show off my books. I'm lost here. Go full screen real quick. Mine are fairly small. Okay, so the 3 books that I got this week, I'm going last because these were the books that we are talking about this week, because we always do one indie, one Marvel, one DC, and I happen to have one of each of those. Ryan already alluded to basically what we're going to be talking about, and we have Flash 87.
That cover is really good.
What's that?
I really like that cover. I wish I got that.
Me
Dude,
too. I don't even read Flash.
It's pretty sick. Actually, the store I went to, it was closed because his wife's in a hospital. So I had to go to Vintage Stock, which is like a Hastings. So I got this book there. I wanted to get the Go-Go Power Rangers 28 variant, but they weren't open. So the other place only had the regular cover, so I got the regular cover, which is actually still pretty cool looking.
I like it better than the variant I got.
The social media variant, I liked it. But yeah, I like both of them. They're good.
And then I grabbed Thor number 2.
Oh.
So I'm excited to be talking these books tonight.
Yep.
Is there any specific book that you guys would like to start off with? Usually we end with the Power Rangers, but honestly,
I think I'm thinking the same thing as you.
it's weak. It is weak compared to the other ones, and I think Power Rangers aren't in it. You know what I mean? So
well, for me, like I see what he was trying to do with it. I just don't think it connected the way he wanted it to. And so it did. It just felt a little weak, and it's not because it's missing the Rangers. It's just the writing. It seems like there's a lot of holes in it. You know, like it needed to be an oversized issue to get the whole thing done properly.
Yeah, I mean, I was, and of course, you know, I'm just jumping in, but I mean, I don't feel like this is an issue that, you know, was something that you had to have a whole lot of prior knowledge to. But I mean, you know, it just, there was parts of it, like, especially with Rita, what's going on with Rita, like I was having a hard time, like, following that. Now,
yes,
we got to the Minions. Oh,
yeah. Okay, there was
cool.
some cool stuff in there.
That was cool. But the stuff with Rita was just kind of like, eh.
It had some good, like, emotional beats in her story, but narratively, it just didn't connect all the way through the way I think it needed to.
Yeah,
I agree. Honestly, it was just, I don't know. Like I started getting into the story more as the issue went on. But the whole time I'm like, are they going to go back to the beginning? Like, what's happening here? I don't quite understand it, and I still don't quite understand exactly what that issue was.
Is it like an alternate timeline universe that you can look at, or is it her past that she doesn't remember? Or
well, see, this is the thing. This is the other problem I had with this issue. If I was not on social media and followed Ryan Perot, I would have probably almost no clue what this was supposed to be about. And he tweeted saying, basically, he wanted to write a story that told what Rita was doing for those 10,000 years that she was in the dumpster.
Okay.
And so that's what this issue is supposed to be. He wanted to do like this Neil Gaiman fever dream kind of thing.
okay,
And so that's what this was. But it sounds like there was some editorial issues they were like, but what is it about? Like, you got to make sure that this stays on course, because he said it was originally even more of a fever dream, you know?
Yeah.
And I see it now that I've read it. I'm like, oh, yeah, like I would have had no clue that that's what this was supposed to be if I hadn't have seen all those tweets, you know?
Right.
I had no idea. I assumed that's what it was about, but at the same time, I'm like, is that Alpha 5 telling her like all these different things?
Yeah.
1 or whatever it was. I'm like,
Moment.
Computer guy. You know?
Moment was the name, and I was just like, yeah, it's kind of weird. But I'll tell you what, the Minions, you know, that's what brought it home for me. And my favorite one was Squat. Or not Squat. I'm sorry, Babu.
Babu. Yeah.
Babu. as King Babu, and the way he handled his business against that other guy.
He was so underhanded. Oh man,
absolutely, because he's always come off as like this dweeby, kind of guy. So to see him in that was cool.
It was almost like
it was menacing looking, but they've never gave him that platform.
And it was almost like it was the opposite for everyone. Like he was kind of being a badass, and Rita was like showing like an emotional side of her.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of cool to see. I did like seeing Goldar's brother again.
That was cool.
I don't even remember the last issue he was in, but it's been a long time.
Do you guys, when you guys read these Power Rangers books, do you like read it with the voices from the show as the character voices, like in your head?
Sometimes, yes. Sometimes.
See, I do, and I had such a hard time. Like I was like fighting in my head, like, what is Goldar's brother's voice like? Because I just keep using Goldar's voice, and I was just like, what is it? And I don't know. And I don't know, for some reason, like I imagine I have to have a voice.
I imagine them a little more like Planet of the Apes style, maybe something like Caesar.
Oh yeah, okay.
A little more like gruff and deeper toned.
Right.
Dylan, what's up, dude? Conan would F up Goldar. Maybe. I'm not a big
Conan would destroy anybody.
I don't know.
Especially a Power Ranger character.
Man, he'll just be out.
I don't know much about the whole Conan other than Arnold playing him, right?
Right.
That's all I know about him.
I'll tell you what, after reading, I know we talked about it last month, but reading last month's issue, and then because I read that tonight, and then I read this month's issue. So I think that kind of really made this month's issue even worse for me, because I was just like, there was so much in last month's issue that was like, holy crap. And then in this one, it's like, you mean there's no Tommy and the White Ranger and the new power, and what's going to happen with the Mega Rangers coming in, and like we don't get any of that? I got to wait now. So
yeah, it was almost like he planned that. Like I'm putting the seed out, making everyone wait. And honestly, they did this a lot in Mighty Morphin. It was like every 5 or 6 issues. It was like a story that was canon, but it was not happening at the same time.
Right, you would get some kind of origin.
And Zach and all that. And I don't know if it's because they were using different artists and they didn't want them to get behind or worn out, but it definitely seemed like they did that. They've been doing that.
They did that when they did the throwback to the original, the 1969 Rangers, when they went to the moon and all that. That is one of those. And Kyle Higgins kind of talked about it. It was just kind of like to give a break in the storyline or something, and kind of give him mentally a break. So I don't know if that's what Ryan's doing too, but I remember Kyle talking about that being what he did. But yeah, after reading it, I was just like, these guys got me on this and got me so hyped up. And now this month's issue is this. And like,
dude,
what am I supposed to do?
I'm sorry.
I mean, I am a fan of the little side story things. I think TMNT did it as well with the IDW ongoing, when they have like the little macro series or whatever with the little character vignettes. But I do wish they would suspend it when they're doing an event. Like, it's really weird to have this like off thing while Necessary Evil is supposed to be going on.
Right.
I agree. Definitely agree. Hey, real quick, Ryan, Johnny Boy's comment here. I don't know much about Power Rangers, but Goldar is a really powerful villain. I'm going to say no, because he runs away.
I was thinking about that Zach quote. That's literally all he does.
What? So who's the most powerful? That is a good question.
Well, are we talking show or comic books? If we're talking comic books, that's easy. That's Lord Draken all day.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
But if we're talking the show, I mean, I don't know. They all get beat, so I would say,
the Green Ranger,
your favorite. So
isn't the Green Ranger the only one in the show that had a multi-episode villain arc?
Who's that?
The Green
Ranger.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
every other.
I would say either Green Ranger Tommy or Lord Zed, but I'm always down for an evil Tommy. Like, I'm a bad guy, so like I love, and Jason David Frank does such a good job playing a cocky douchebag.
He does.
Seems like one
douchebag pretty well. He does. I would say Lord Draken in the comics, and probably like Ryan said, I wasn't even thinking Green Ranger. Dude.
I didn't either. Like I was gonna say Lord Zed.
Dude, I was not thinking Green Ranger at all because he became a good guy, but that is actually
he's the only villain that was more than one episode though, right? Unless you consider like Lord Zed.
He had what was it the Green with Envy 1 and 2, and then later on in season 2 when they had him fight the White Ranger.
Yeah,
he really had like several story arcs.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. So I think
Ranger
Tommy
and the best villain. What?
Right.
How was he a villain? I don't understand. I thought Green Ranger was always a good guy.
So
no.
The
He
Green
shows
Ranger
up a bad guy
from Repulsa, dude. That was her Ranger. She handpicked Tommy. Don't get you schooled up. We're gonna watch some shows. We're gonna read some books. We're gonna get some popcorn going, dude. We're gonna get you morphine in. It's gonna be awesome, man. But yes, Tommy started out as an evil Ranger. He destroyed the Power Rangers, destroyed the command center, and when the candle burned out, he lost his powers. That was after he became. They broke the spell.
Yeah,
became a good guy. Well, then the candle burned out because then Rita's like, "Oh no, my Ranger's a good guy, and now we can't defeat him. Somebody burn his sword out."
The sword of darkness.
Darkness.
So then he got the white power and became White Ranger.
Yes, after the candle burned out, there was a couple of episodes where he had no powers, and then the white light was used to give him the White Ranger powers. But then later on, Rita and Zed did like a Tommy clone or something, gave him Green Ranger powers, and he almost destroyed the White Ranger too. Like you can't beat the OG Green Ranger.
You really cannot. He is by far the best Ranger, no doubt. I think it's kind of funny that we basically came to the consensus that Tommy is the worst villain on the comics and in the TV show, while also that's hero in both of them.
Absolutely.
I mean, JDF right here from Houston. What?
Yeah,
that's right.
Dude is absolutely the flagship. If it wasn't, I really believe if Jason David Frank had never stepped foot into this franchise, there's no way we would be sitting here talking about it right now.
I don't know.
I don't think the original 5 that it would have carried on like it did.
I agree to a point, but I like the TV show even before the Green Ranger. I really did.
I did too, but I'm just saying like the impact that his part had on the franchise, it really just boosted it to another level. I mean, that he was only supposed to be there for a couple of episodes, and I've heard him talk about, that parents were writing in that their kids weren't eating, they weren't sleeping, they didn't want to go to school. Like kids were going into full depression mode because the Green Ranger's gone.
Yep.
That's just
that would be something you would do.
And I think that's why the movie didn't do as well as it did. If they would have included the Green Ranger in the movie and got
you're right,
like a big name star to play him, that movie would have made twice as much money.
Well, and they did the Marvel end credit scene where, I don't know if you guys saw that, Tommy was going to be in the next one. And then we started hearing, well, Tommy's going to be a chick. And I'm like, why do we have to do this with everything?
Right. Everything is changing genders. They're changing.
Right. And I'm just like, man, like, come on now. Like, just give us Tommy. And I loved the movie. I thought it was great for what it was. And I was a hater right off the bat when I saw the suits. I was like, not my Power Rangers.
Yeah, the suits didn't look the best. I like the OG suits from the OG movie better.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I feel like there's a way they could incorporate this into something newer.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen cosplays that have been done with the original.
That was the thing. That movie was
awesome.
That movie was well written. It was artistically shot. It was well acted. There was really good characterizations. The problem with it was everything was over designed, just like the Transformer movies. Mm-hmm. You can't tell what's going on because the suits are too complicated. The Zords are too complicated. Goldar looked like garbage. And so whenever they finally fight, I was like, I can't even tell who's doing what anymore. Like, it all looks awful.
You couldn't tell individual Zords on the Megazord. The freaking Mastodon looked like a spider because it had 7 legs. It's like, come on. But outside of those imperfections, like if you're not looking at it from Power Ranger super fans' point of view, and you're just like looking at it like as a movie, it was good. I mean, Nick, you've seen it, right?
Yeah, and now that you said that,
I mean, just
Green Ranger wasn't in it.
Yeah, and I mean, just as a movie, like it's enjoyable to watch. It's got great humor.
Talking to New Comic Book Day this week.
It's got good action in it. The character development is done really well. I loved the Blue Ranger.
Yeah,
they could not. Honestly, I don't. Again, you have the one Ranger, the one person in that movie that made the movie for me.
Yeah,
if the Blue Ranger had not done the way they did, I think that movie would have had a lot.
You're saying you don't like the Blue Ranger?
Oh, I loved him.
Oh,
he was the best part of it.
I like Naomi Scott as the Pink Ranger.
I think that was really well done.
But I didn't feel like she was the best part. Like, I think she's a really good actress. Like, she was amazing in Aladdin. But I didn't think she was the best for that part.
Yeah, because I guess with Kim, really, we're looking for that, pulling the bubblegum out and twisting it in circles kind of, attitude, different kind of attitude. And I like the choice for the Black Ranger and the way they played him off. He was still, because the Black Ranger, Walter Jones, he was the cool one that, having fun. But
he's the Michelangelo. He's the party dude.
Right. And, but when it was time to get serious, he was in there. So I thought that was really good. Plus, he's playing Liu Kang.
Oh, nice.
Well, let me ask you guys this. So since the Green Ranger was missing, who would you guys have cast to play that role? All I'm saying is Kevin Hart.
Zac Efron.
What is the guy's name from the Twilight movie?
Oh, yeah. What's his name, Nick?
The werewolf one?
Yes. What is that guy's name?
Shia LaBeouf?
Taylor Lautner.
Shark Boy, Nick.
Shark Boy. Lautner is who I would have cast.
That would be pretty good. I could see that.
Because
he's a little short, though.
He's got the long hair. He's super athletic.
Cameras will fix
Burke,
that.
you got a man crush?
Dude, I think he would be a really good Green Ranger. I wish he was.
I can see that.
I can see it.
You know what they should have done, seriously, though, is put The Rock there. The Rock, man, it would have been $1 billion movie. He's in everything else. He's in everything else.
So Zordon said it doesn't matter what the monsters say.
We'll talk about one last thing here, Power Rangers, and we'll move on to the next book. Hasbro says they're coming out with a new Power Rangers movie in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be like a time travel movie going back to the 90s. Two things. One, what are your thoughts on that? Two, are the OG Rangers going to be in it, or should they be in it?
You mean like the old versions of them, or like
actual actors?
Go ahead, man.
Okay, I haven't heard any confirmation on it being time travel. Was that true? Because I did hear it was supposed to be set in the 90s, but I didn't actually hear them say if it was traveling to the 90s or just a time. A what?
I heard the time travel talk. I don't know if it's 100% like definite.
Yeah.
But I did hear that's what they're wanting to do.
Yeah, like comicbook.com or IGN was the one tweeting out about it. That it was 90s, and there's supposed to be some time travel in it. So I guess it's not confirmed, but there's rumors of it. So what are your thoughts on that and original cast?
My thoughts on the original cast is I would like to see them kind of in a similar role to how they did Grace Sterling and her team in the comics, where like we kind of get to see a flashback of them doing some action or whatever, but really they're there more as like stewards and shepherds to these new Rangers and, kind of mentoring them.
So would you change the names then, or would they still be Jason, Zach, Trini, Billy?
You got to leave the names.
Well, are we keeping? Are they going to maintain the 2017 movie as continuity to this?
No, I don't think.
Or could we get a whole new cast, whole new names, like completely reboot that side of it, and then just visit the old Rangers?
Yeah, I think they're completely just disregarding Lionsgate's movie, and I think
Lionsgate movie sucks.
It's going to be what Paramount, I think.
Yep.
Paramount. So I can see them throwing any kind of homage to another company's movie. So
see, that's what I would do is like do a complete reboot, do a modern Power Ranger team, give them their own names, make them their own thing, and then have the original Rangers, whether it's time travel or whatever, have the original Rangers kind of mentor them into Rangerdom, you know?
So let me ask you guys this then, from somebody who doesn't have much added value here, but I'm interested to see your response when it comes to Power Rangers, anyways. So would you rather have a Warner Brothers DC studio kind of produce the next movie, or more of the Disney Marvel produce the next movie? Like if you had to choose that kind of style for either, or
DC.
You want the more dark tones.
Darker. I love that 15-minute short where like all the Rangers died.
Yeah.
That was pretty awesome.
Can we mash it up and have a DC Warner Brothers style with the Russo brothers doing
See,
it?
I think like a Shazam, just from what little bit I know, I think a Shazam style movie where there's some humor, but there's a lot of serious undertones. And dude,
but that's always what Power Rangers have been. I mean, there's
so
always,
that's what I'm saying. That kind of
Shazam, Nick, I'm glad you said that because Shazam is the perfect analogy. You got all these kids, superheroes wearing different colored costumes.
right.
I mean, that is the perfect analogy.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that. I feel like that'd be a cool way to do it. Maybe they go with like the whole like orphan thing too. I mean, I wouldn't be for it, but maybe they do it. Who knows?
Yeah.
You guys got anything else you want to say on the whole Power Rangers movie or any of the book before we move on?
No.
About the movie you was asking, I mean, I kind of liked what Jason David Frank was saying, where if we're going to go time travel, this would be an awesome opportunity to introduce something like the Shattered Grid saga.
Yeah.
Introduce Lord Draken, and he has been pumping and pushing for this to happen and tagging Hasbro and trying to get the fans involved. And like I said, if they were to do that,
a little multiverse.
Yeah, and we're gonna bring Draken in. He's an older version of Tommy, so we could have JDF play Draken at that point.
That would be awesome.
Makes sense.
What would be cool is kind of
tell me that movie would fail if that happened.
That movie would be badass.
You just see him in the trailer, and he turns around and gives you that side view, and you see it's JDF with that long, crazy hair and the scars. Dude, I'm going to see that movie every day until it comes out of theaters and Blu-rays at the house.
Let's be honest. We're all going to see that Power Rangers movie regardless.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, except for Nick.
Maybe not Nick.
Listen, if they did like a Mortal Kombat style kind of like they did that Shattered Grid, I think maybe a Mortal Kombat style kind of vibe to it, I would probably go see something like that. I mean, heck, I went and saw the most recent one.
All right, let's do this. Do you guys want to talk Flash? Or let's do Thor because I don't know if Dustin or Nick read Flash.
Oh, I read Flash.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Flash, yeah. Let's save Thor for last, man.
So with Flash, I'm really excited about
all right,
this.
Let's talk Flash. All right.
Whatever I need to call you.
We got 14 people in here.
Listen.
Thank you for joining us. We just finished talking Go-Go Power Rangers 28. Okay. I think we all said it was just meh.
Yeah. Off week.
DC and Marvel, and we are going first with Flash 87. This is kind of a new story arc that builds up the previous story arc.
Yep.
It builds up the whole Year of the Villain. In the previous story arc, Captain Cold has taken over Central City. Hey, Bear Island. And basically,
I'm pumped.
What's that?
Said I'm pumped about this. It's the first one I've read, and I went back and read 86 too. And I did watch some review videos so I could kind of get some additional back knowledge. I think Flash is something that I've been missing out on. I mean, and I don't want to steal, everything, but man, the artwork in this book, I think has been my favorite I've seen in any book.
Dude, it's been fantastic. I think Williamson is going to get a run on Batman pretty soon because his entire Flash run since Rebirth has been absolutely fantastic. They talk about this, how the Speed Force has been messed up. It's a Speed Force Storm, which you may not know this. That happened in issue 1.
Wow.
So now we're in issue 87. So it's been messed up the whole time. Scott Snyder's added some new powers with the Sage Force and Still Force and all this different stuff.
Yeah.
And so basically, the Flash doesn't know what to do with his powers. He can't control them. he decides to turn himself in after he defeats Captain Cold, and he goes to prison with Captain Cold.
Captain Cold.
So, go ahead and talk about this because you seem pretty excited to talk about it.
Well, to be honest with you, I'm ashamed that I've missed it all this time. I mean, I enjoyed the DC show that's on CW, right? And I never really read much, mini Flash comics, obviously, right? And then I read 87 because I knew we were going to talk about it, and I at least wanted to have some working knowledge, right?
Right.
And I read it, and I was like, what? And to be honest with you, like I said, I mean, I was showing this. I mean, just the artwork on it by itself, that was enough to draw me in. I mean, that is just amazing. And it was hilarious, sitting there, and I guess maybe not so much hilarious, but to have, Flash, Captain Cold, knowing dang good and well the Flash let himself get there, right? And then you have, this old man, Captain Cold, who in my mind, I'm thinking the guy from, the DC show, what's I forget his name.
Yeah.
But that's the voice I have in my head. Yeah. And I'm like, this is incredible. And so the story was great. I enjoyed it. I loved like I said, the artwork is honestly what drew me in to make me go back and read. And then watching some review videos. I mean, I was excited about it, and something I'm definitely going to be picking up. And I may go back and just try to read some of these electronically, just to try to catch up on the past few story arcs, to get some better working knowledge of why his powers are freaking out like they are. But it was just funny, the whole thing. They're going to Arkham, and then they get there for 5 seconds, and that's it.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Right. I was wondering too. What did you guys think about the end? Now, they kind of say who he is, the guy at the end.
Yep.
But did you guys know right away who that was?
Mm-mm.
Whenever he showed up, I was like, I guess this is an old Flash. But
you didn't realize that it was him from the future, huh?
Yep.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, whenever he showed up, I was like, obviously this is the Flash, from the future coming back in time, when he's much, much older. But
this is
I mean, this is my first Flash ever, and the whole beginning, 2/3 of the issue, I could have went, I could have taken it or leave it, but man, the way it ends with him showing up and everything, I was just like, holy, and him deteriorating in real time is one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Oh yes,
he's just
skull melting away.
Oh my god, it was so cool.
That looks cool.
And I love how at the end, that very last panel, what does he say? Run, and disappears. I was just like, holy crap!
Yes. Oh my god, it was so good.
There's only one thing left to do. Run.
That's the answer to everything, right? Just run.
Yeah.
I love it. And then I saw the cover you have, and I'm like, dang, I should have went and got that with my 900 other books. What's $3 more?
This one?
Yes, that thing is incredible.
So
See, I gotta quit hanging out with you guys because now y'all been making me want to read Flash too. And I'm like, I can't. I literally cannot add one single more book to my freaking culture.
Power Rangers. Drop the Rangers.
That Flash from the future, he actually appeared in Flash Year 1 story.
Okay.
There's some time travel that happens when Barry just doesn't know what's happening, and that just happened, I don't know, just 10, 15 issues ago. It was from 70 to 76 or something like that. It's really good. So I actually just got it in my box, my Jabroni box. So I might either send it to Nick or Ryan, who's ever more in it, and I'll just let me know which one of you wants it, and I'll send it to you.
You can send it to Ryan. I'll defer to Ryan.
Okay.
We can rock, paper, scissors, Jesus, lizard, Spocket.
It's really, really good. And I don't need extras of them. So
I do have some questions since I have pretty much zero working knowledge other than the first 2 seasons of the CW show.
Okay.
Okay, at the end he refers to Commander Cold and that he's already dead. Is that the same person as Captain Cold? I didn't get that. I was like, what the heck?
I'm glad that you said it. Nick, do you know anything about Commander Cold?
I don't know anything about Commander Cold, but hold on. So is that their way of kind of leveling him up into or is it completely 2 separate characters?
Yeah, that was my thought. But he said he's already dead, so I was like, wait, it can't be the same person. We just saw him. He ran away.
So that is a good question that I did not even think about that I should mention to you. Commander Cold is from the future. He completely separate character. He's actually a good guy. He works for like the Central City like police department, but like in a different area. And he's got powers just like Captain Cold, but different, more science based. And he was helping the Flash for like 30 issues or so. And then in the last story arc, it was Captain Cold versus Commander Cold, and Captain Cold, even though, you know, I don't know, like 500 years in the past, was able to best him and killed him. And that was kind of a big deal.
Oh, okay, yeah, that like really ties the beginning together where Barry's all mad at him because he's like, "You're a murderer," and he's like, "Yeah, but you tried to murder me," and he's like, "Yeah, but it's not the same." And I'm like, that really connects that he killed Commander Cold. Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
He did kill Commander Cold. He pretty much froze him and then just
shattered
him.
Or Sub-Zero style.
Sub-Zero style.
See, that sounds awesome.
So yeah.
My other question: if you gave me somewhere between like 10 and 200 guesses, I could probably figure out who this Kid Flash is.
Okay.
But who is Avery and who is Pied Piper? What I did not. I was so lost there.
Okay, Pied Piper is normally a villain. He's kind of like an anti-hero right now. He's kind of working with Star Labs and all that stuff. But Avery is basically okay. So they set up like an alternate, like DC Justice League in China with that new Superman over in China.
Okay.
That comic. I don't even know the guy's name anymore.
Like Justice League International or something.
Yeah, but there's I forgot his name. D-Ron probably knows who it is. But so there's a whole nother like DC over in China, and she is part of it. Now she got her powers during the Speed Force storm, which happened in issue 1. In fact, there was a ton of people that got powers in issue 1. But Godspeed, which was one of the people that was a villain at the beginning, and he's kind of good and bad at the same time, he went around and stole a whole bunch of people's speed that got before Storm and killed a whole bunch of people. He feels bad about it, but he did do that, so a lot of people lost their powers. Did you see in there was Mina Dewan or Dr. Dewan?
Yeah.
Dewan panel. She is also a speedster, or was a speedster, and was good on a date with Barry in issue like 5, and then she became bad and good. It's all relative.
Okay, yeah, that was actually what the other thing I was going to ask is like, how does she know so much about the Speed Force? I was just kind of assuming because she's been working with Barry or something though in Star Labs. I didn't realize she was a previous speedster.
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to me how in Flash, and I guess it makes sense, but like you have Flash, the fastest man alive, and then 50 other speedsters that kind of randomly pop up. And I guess it kind of makes sense, right? Because, I mean, if you do have somebody, you know, at that level, the only person that should be able to, I guess, compete would be other speedsters.
Yep.
But I don't know. I've always felt a certain way, like, you know, if you're going to make this guy so special because of his one attribute, speed, you know, why are you going to give that same attribute to 50 other, you know, Godspeed, Kid Flash,
100, man. That drives me crazy. Yeah.
You know, it'd be like having Superman with 50 other Supermen as bad guys. And, you know, again, I get it.
There's a big difference, though, between Barry and Wally and the rest of them, because they have their history of, you know, basically being in the Speed Force forever, dying, coming back to life a million times. Wally is actually the fastest Flash, and then Barry. The rest are about the same. But Wallace West is Iris's other nephew. So her other brother's like a half brother's nephew, I think. I can't remember exactly which one it is, but I know it's her other nephew. And actually, Wallace West's dad was Daniel West, and he was the Reverse Flash in a New 52. So.
See, I love, you know, I like the idea of Godspeed. I like the idea of Reverse Flash, but, you know, how many times are they going to you know, like you just talked about, how many times are they going to give people, the Speed Force. So I don't know. It's something, obviously I haven't read the stories, but it's something that always kind of bothered me in the TV show. It's like, how many times are they just going to repeat a new speedster, or just bring a new one in? And like I said, I guess it's kind of, who else are you going to have to compete against somebody like that? But I don't know. I feel like it's a lack of creativity.
Yeah, it's an issue I have with Superman as well, where like nothing can compete with this unless you just keep throwing basically something overpowered at it, and the only thing that can overpower it is the same power. So you got like Superman's always gonna have to fight somebody that can fly, move really fast, and is super strong. When you have the Flash, nobody can keep up with them, so it's got to be somebody super fast, and to me that gets stale.
Not even Superman can keep up with them.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, it says at the very end, the very next issue, we're going to have the
Paradox.
So I'm interested in seeing who that is. It kind of makes me, honestly, when you're talking about all that, I really thought it was just going to be the Black Flash showing up. I didn't think they were going to bring in a brand new character and all that.
Well, and that was something else I was going to ask, because I know it presents it as if it's like a brand new villain that nobody knows, but comics do that all the time. They're like, oh, well, we rebooted it, so now we can introduce all the villains as if nobody knows them. But is Paradox somebody that already existed?
It is a brand new character.
So go out and buy all the copies before anybody else does, because
first appearance. It's going to be some guy that was in the background of like some random issue from 20 years ago.
Like Web of Spider, what is it, 1819, where what's his name, just like in a shadow and all you see is his arm or something, and people want to, that's his first appearance. Eddie Brock. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's absurd.
But no, so I'm
Chris Barrett. What's up?
I'm excited about picking up this Flash series because I don't read the Batman full run. I only read the limited series, and I love those. But again, 3, then you have 4, then 5 issues or whatever. And those will never stop. But I'm excited to get full DC run of something, right? Because I've never really been a big DC guy, but I think Flash, as much as I do enjoy the character, and have on the TV show, I think just that artwork. I mean, if that artwork is similar, the whole run, I mean, I loved that artwork. It looked real, but it still had that comic feel to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it wasn't, and I hope Perry's still watching.
I mean, even at the beginning, I was really digging like the Captain Cold with the beard and everything. And then to have Barry like call that out, I was like, oh, that's awesome. Like they know what I'm looking at right now.
That was a really good panel when he was like, nice beard. And he said, F you.
Yeah, but it didn't look as bad as that. You know what I mean? That's
just like Thor, I've never read any of this stuff before, and just like Thor, it's good enough. I'll stay on until it gets bad. Power Rangers, I read through Beyond the Grid. Like I'll be on that no matter how bad it gets. But
Beyond the Grid.
Something like Thor and Flash, this was impressive enough. I'll stick around until it gets bad.
Yeah.
I like the Flash's robes. I think the Flash, Batman, and Spider-Man have the best rogues gallery in my opinion.
Oh yeah, Glider. What the hell was that?
So Golden Glider.
Is she a mummy or what? Oh, like.
Okay, so she has to wear that stuff on her to keep her alive, and like keep her powers working and whatnot. What was that? What was this?
Comics on the mind.
Just popped in and asked if we had anything on our minds.
This is what Tyrann Matthew, the honey badger for the Chiefs, does. All Sunday when the Chiefs
we had comics on the mind.
Comics on the mind. So she has to wear that on her to keep her powers and herself alive and all that. She actually, so that stuff, like I don't even know the name of it, but she actually put it on Barry last a couple issues back when his that dampener that he had around his neck and the other ones had around her neck was able to keep them alive, because if they didn't, they were just so much. You know what I mean? She put that on him, and he was able to use his powers, but also.
Is that how she betrayed Captain Cold in the big fight?
She did. Yeah. Hashtag stay nasty. She helped Barry and all the others take back Central City because she didn't agree with what her brother was trying to do, and other people. Basically, everyone was going to die, and she didn't want that to happen. So he kind of felt betrayed, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Anything you guys want to understand? Flash. This is probably the best issue in a long time. Probably since year one. So
yeah.
10, 12 issues. So they've all been really, really good.
So for anybody who's wanting to start on this, like myself, would you recommend I go back 10, 12 issues and start with year one or whatever it was you were talking about?
If you tell him to go back to first one, he will.
No, I won't. I mean, I might. I won't buy them all because I know that Flash number one's probably.
I would suggest year one story arc after reading like issues like 1 through 6 or the rebirth through 6, or through 8 or something like that. The very first story arc of Godspeed, really, really good. Year one, really, really good. All the stuff in between is good, but not as good.
Yeah.
This is looking like it's going to be really, really good. So I'm excited. Hey,
can I ask one more clarifying question?
Yeah.
The loop. I'm assuming they're referring to a time loop or something. I wasn't sure what that was about.
That was from back in year one. There was some accidental time travel. Barry it was the first time he time traveled. He time traveled to the future, where he in the future was fighting Turtle, and then he went back in time, and then Turtle and Barry from the future followed him back in time, and he was able to defeat him. And so there was like there's supposed to be a loop, and they changed the loop because he wanted to just beat them then versus losing to him then, and then in the future having to fight him again. So if you beat him in the past, the loop is no longer active, and so that's why Barry from the future died.
Oh, okay. It's kind of like some Dragon Ball Z stuff. That whole like Saiyan reference makes a little more sense now.
Flashpoint was really, really good too. Why are you doing this?
Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball.
Hey, I got to stick up for me and Bert because Nick's always banging on us for Power Rangers. So,
I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Dragon Ball is the best of what Dragon Ball Z became, but there's some good stuff in Dragon Ball Z up until the end of the Cell Saga, and then I would turn it off.
It's better than the Power Rangers, ain't it?
No. No, but I do love the big battle talkie stuff. Oh, it's so good.
Hey, Carlito, what up, brother? You still looking at that book I sent you?
That's right. Don't hate on DBZ.
I can say this now because he opened it. You guys all remember when I got this bad boy?
Yep.
I got a Batman 251. Well, I already had one, and Carlito Classico had one, and it was like his favorite book, and he sold it. And he had like a 9.0, so it was a really, really high grade copy. And I wanted him to have another one. So the other Batman 251 that I bought that day,
that Neil Adams goodness,
actually a little bit nicer than this one. Actually, I sent him that copy as an AOK, and so I'm hoping he's enjoying that book because he sent me that Power Rangers SDCC back there that I sent to CGC to recommend. So
nice.
he definitely deserved an awesome book, and hopefully he enjoys that. So
that's awesome.
That is cool.
So thanks for joining us tonight, brother. You're awesome. Okay, let's talk this guy.
Thor.
We all read it, right? Yes.
How cool is that? We all picked it up.
Actually,
and
I just let Gary read it to me on his stream, and that was really nice. I kind of think it would be great if he could just narrate my life story after listening to him read a little bit. That was nice.
Did he really just sit and read it? I haven't watched it yet.
Nah, he read a little bit of it, and then we did a Twilight Zone story share. I don't know if you guys picked up on that on Instagram, where like you share a story and then it'll send it to you and say, hey, this person shared your story, and then you share it, and it shows you sharing that they shared your story, and we just went back and forth.
Oh my god! So
stay on track, Dustin.
Yeah, definitely. Best thing in the issue was Donny Cates killing off the DCU.
Oh, Flash is gone.
Y'all think that was
great?
Something that they're,
it's for sure going to be a crossover.
You think so, or do you think it's Donny Cates? So he don't care. So I think that would be better. I think
They've mentioned
Long John Silver.
DC has mentioned some other stuff too about Marvel characters,
and I'm sure it is, but how much cooler would it be to find out like, no, there ain't no crossover. Donny Cates just lives like DC and just smash their main characters without telling nobody or asking nobody.
Well, that universe is gone according to Galactus.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought that would be just cool to just know that, like, no, there's no crossover. There was no asking DC. He just smashed them off just to be Donny Cates.
Yeah.
That honestly didn't even like. Okay, I see what they're trying to do, but that honestly did not, to me, look like lightning. That looked like fire, and
Yeah.
it looked like they were trying to. I see what they were trying to do. Make it look like it, but not 100% look like it.
Yeah.
They could have made that look way more like lightning than they did.
Oh yeah. Well, the artwork in these Thor books. I mean, and again, you guys have your point of views, right? But I don't think it's necessarily great. You know what I mean? It's kind of odd.
Galactus, I feel like Galactus is drawn really, really well, but the rest of it's pretty blah.
Yeah. So like big panels, I think were great, but these little, I don't know. I just don't understand this style.
That's what I thought too. Was like even in the first one, I kind of felt like the splashes. I guess like at the end of the first one when Thor comes up as the Herald. Like that artwork was amazing, but the rest of the book it was kind of hit and miss.
Yeah, like look at that. That doesn't look good. And you know, it just I don't know.
That's the one
the creatures that he saved look like garbage. I'll tell you that much.
Oh yeah.
In this issue, I was like,
I don't know. It looks a little like something you would read in like a cool indie comic. You know what I mean? It kind of looks like the stuff you might see on Heist or something.
But,
not something that you would expect a mainstream.
That wasn't bad.
I don't know.
Video Classico says looked like poop.
The better
Dustin, quit showing the spoilers.
There's some stylistic stuff in there too, like the Ravens. I didn't even catch that they show up like way earlier in the book. Yeah. But the way they look is like, yeah, you can call that crappy, but I think it's more of a stylistic option there. Yeah. But then there's other stuff that I think is objectively bad, like the creatures that they're saving.
Is this the second like story arc in a row that Donny Cates has done where the artwork has been poop? Because Silver Surfer Black, the artwork was absolute poop.
You don't say that. Silver Surfer Black was phenomenal.
The writing was phenomenal. The art was
That has to be one of the biggest schisms in comic book artwork in the last like 20 years or something.
No. What Trad, and I believe that's his last name is Trad. What he did on that book was something spectacular, okay? And I will fight you on that. And I did not pick up the first issue when it first came out because I thought the same thing. But when I got this Treasury edition and you flip it open, man, and if you look at it more of art versus traditional comic book, no. Give me a second. I'm gonna get it. Give me a second.
The fan base is very split on that. Some people love it. Some people think
it's straight poop. I don't care what anyone.
I can't understand the book. Like I said, I got to get a dictionary before I read it.
It's like circles. No one looks muscular. It looks like my kid drew it.
Did you guys notice this? I was watching somebody stream and I hadn't noticed it until
look at that. I mean, how could you not love that?
That's poop.
No.
That's awful.
Hey,
look, I'm getting worked up over here like Dustin does.
Pull up Comic on the Minds comment.
Yes. Collection. With the whole accent that Dustin does it. Say it again.
Look at that.
Dude, that is poop.
No. Look at the pencils on this. Look at the pencils on that, man.
The little shadow there that looks like Batman.
Oh yeah. I was wondering. I thought the same thing, but I think that's the like ash or whatever that's falling and destroying everything.
See, that's what I thought, but somebody said Batman, and I was just like, well, I mean, I guess it could kind of be a cape.
Really quickly, speaking of Batman, I want to just go back to Flash really quick, and we'll keep talking about Thor.
That's cool.
There was a really, really cool panel that I thought awesome in Flash, and I'm going to pull it up really quick. I'm going to go full screen so you guys can see it better. When they had the flashes.
Yeah.
Normally that's Batman, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That shadow I thought was a really cool way to make it look like Batman since it's Arkham, but it's a Flash's book. So, sorry.
Yeah.
Back to Thor and how much poop.
But yeah, even in the caption right there, the narration, it says a god of darkness, I think, or something to that effect.
Yeah,
god of shadows. And so I was looking for Batman, and I was like, that could represent Batman, or it could be like the ash that was kind of like, I don't know what that was. That was kind of falling, and people were starting to deteriorate. But
wasn't it Darkseid?
What's that?
And I don't know. I wouldn't know.
Darkseid.
No, they're talking about Batman, dude. They're talking about the Justice League. It even says here, the universe, like so many before it, is protected by leagues of God. So it's totally throwing the Justice League.
Yeah, that was total shade.
I'm just gonna sit here for the next hour.
A god of the ocean, of speed, of strength.
Who is the god of strength they're talking about? Who is that? Wonder Woman or
that's Flash, you dumb butt?
No, the god of strength, not speed.
Oh, that's a streak.
Yeah, Superman.
Well,
Superman
would be the god, the sun god.
Yeah, actually, they say that was a little.
Yeah. Okay, so sun god is a sun god. So that
Superman.
is Superman. A god of emerald light.
That's Green Lantern.
A god of dark, perhaps.
Batman.
A god of the ocean.
Aquaman.
Speed, Flash. Strength. It has to be Wonder Woman.
Yeah, that's the only one left. Yeah.
So,
but it was a very obvious and clear nod to the Justice League.
Oh yeah.
So Thor is really good. I just don't quite know what's happening because like we have Galactus showing up, and we know that Thor is like has these new powers. We don't really know, like, he needs to feed on 5 Earths or something, like there are 5 worlds. But we
5
don't
planets.
Why, other than like a darkness is coming or something.
Well, this is a dark. This what is it? It's called the Black Winter or
the Black Winter.
So in the first one, they were saying like he's come up against this before, and then barely escaped with his life, and now it's happening again, and he shows up just beat down, and I mean I'm like y'all know I haven't read all the comics in history, so I don't know if Galactus has ever looked this damaged and this weak before in comic books, but my perception has always been on Galactus like he's that dude. So see him just getting trashed like this, it's like, okay, this is serious. So
yeah, he looked pretty bad.
And he's the only hope. It's kind of like, the lesser of 2 evils. You've got to help him to help you, and then you can deal with him after this is done. So, to have to be forced into helping someone with, absolutely. Superman.
Yeah. That's the Daily Planet.
That's totally Superman and the Daily Planet. I didn't even notice that earlier.
Oh, mind. I didn't even think about that.
Oh no! As soon as I saw that panel, I was like, "That's Superman, right?"
Yeah.
And that's the Daily Planet. And then the next panel, I was like, "Oh yeah, that's the whole Justice League."
Yeah, but so mine just brought something up really good.
It's happening.
But do you think that he is the Black Winter?
That's what I was thinking too.
Yes.
But because Silver Surfer Black and Null was in that. But like this panel, the very first panel, that doesn't make me think that that's like a symbiote or anything. That just makes me think that like people are dying or something.
Well, to me, it seemed like black snow, right? Black snow is falling because it's the Black Winter, and then everybody's deteriorating as it touches them.
Okay.
Right.
That was the impression I was taking from it, at least.
It almost looks like a Thanos snap.
That makes sense, right?
Well, yeah, whenever it touches them, yeah.
Dollar Water says Void Knights. I don't know what that is.
I feel like I've heard that name like recently too.
So it says here, the Black Winter, the star plague that destroyed Galactus' original universe, is now coming to destroy this universe. So is that something that's never happened? Like, we don't know anything about that, or could they be referring to, I don't know, but I know Null is going to be a part of this. I mean, everything Donny Cates has done has been centered around Null.
Null is Black Winter.
So
that would be cool.
But yeah, I do agree with what Burke said. Like this issue, it felt like it was about having Thor fight Galactus and then having Beta Ray Bill show up at the end.
Dude, Beta Ray Bill showing up at the end was the best part of the whole book, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, like there was no real true story connecting because like I felt like the Silver Surfer made it super clear in the first issue that he has to consume these 5 specific planets to be powerful enough. And then they go there and Thor's like, oh no, there's like 4 other planets or whatever, blah, 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 you know? So I'm like, but we already know from the first issue that he has to eat the 5. So what are you talking about right now, Thor? And then like he calls the Rainbow Bridge or whatever to save them. And I'm like, yeah, I thought that's what you were going to do from the first issue. I was under the impression he was going to go save all the people before Galactus ate the planet. So I felt like all of that was just a bunch of filler to get to the fight between him and Galactus.
I agree. It did seem like there was a lot of filler going on in there. Because there was like 4 pages in a row where they were arguing and fighting, but nothing was happening.
And I kind of feel like with this, what he's trying to do, you know, with Silver Surfer, you know, Galactus, he had something to use to get Silver Surfer to like you're gonna do what I tell you to do. And I don't feel like he really has something to hang over Thor like that. So Thor, you know, okay, I get it. You gotta devour these planets. But let me tell you something. It's you're still gonna bend to my rules. And so I think that was what this issue was about is, showing them
learning to work together
in a herald to where, you're I'll let you do this, but you're not gonna kill everybody. You're gonna do it on my terms because yes, I need you, but you definitely need me right now. You're broken down, you're beat up, you got this Black Winter coming after you, and I know you're scared. And so I'm gonna let you do what you need to do. I'm gonna take you to these, get you to these planets you need, but you're gonna do it on my terms. And I think that's what this issue was about, was just showing that struggle between the two of them.
Yeah.
And, letting us see that
trying to learn to balance the power.
Right.
Yeah.
Thor is there. Thor has the ability to be that offset balance. And, just like right here, where, Galactus wants to get snippy. All right, fine. Go ahead. Let me put the hammer on you then and let you know I'm not kidding. I'm gonna knock some fingers off. He busted his kneecap in half. So I think that's really what this issue is about, was just showing the relationship and how this relationship is going to be. It's not going to be the Silver Surfer showing up. Here it is. Now the planet's gone. Everything goes smoothly. It's going to be a struggle all the way to the end. So, and then Beta Ray shows up and just screwing everything up. So I think that's where he's going with it.
I have to know, because I truly do not know, but it made it seem like that Beta Ray Bill was Thor's superior. Which one is?
Well, Beta Ray put the whooping on him once.
I don't know.
Really?
I don't know, but I did get the impression, kind of like you were just saying, like Galactus we already see as a little bit weak. Thor, they keep referencing how the hammer's heavy and he's weaker than he usually is. So I do feel like Beta Ray Bill has the upper hand, and him showing up was basically the unifying force that Thor and Galactus need to work together and stop fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know much about the Beta Ray Bill character other than he's basically Thor, but possibly stronger. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I just know that people love him and they want him in a movie. That's all I know about Beta Ray Bill.
I was talking to a guy at work today. And I mean, this guy is I call him the comic book encyclopedia, because I mean, I can't ask a question and him not have the answer, and then I'll go like look into it and see if he's like, because sometimes I'm like, this guy might be full of it. And I'm looking it up, I'm like, all right, he really knows everything. But he was telling me like, yeah, Beta Ray Bill beat Thor, back in the 80s. And, Beta Ray Bill is not one to be taken, as a chump at all. So, I think him showing up, and the fact that he shows up and, I know everybody was talking about him, blasting Galactus, but I mean, Thor took some hits too.
Yeah, well, and what really sold me is whenever Beta Ray Bill holds his hand out and he gets his hammer or whatever, and Thor's reaction shot to that, I was like, oh, okay, Thor is concerned about this, so this must be something.
Right, and I thought when I saw the hammer going out, I thought that was
Thor's hammer.
Thor's hammer, and then you engage, and it's like, okay, and then this red mohawk and this tank behind him, like Beta Ray is here to play. You know, and the difference is going to be is like, okay, you know, Thor, he's got a job to do. Beta Ray's here just we don't even really know what he's here for.
He's here to speak.
He's here to just, you know,
Galactus.
destruction, and I think it's going to end up being a struggle where Beta Ray ain't worried about this Black Winter. He's here to stop Galactus. So I think that's going to cause now Thor's going to be having, you know, he's going to be in a triangle where he's got the struggle with Galactus, trying to keep him in check while devouring these planets so they can save the universe. And then he's got crazy Beta Ray Bill over here who just wants to destroy Galactus, and then he'll destroy Thor too to get to Galactus, you know, because he sees, you know, you're the herald of Galactus now, so, you know, you're on his side, so you can either get out the way or you can take one too. So, you know, I think we're gonna have this crazy love triangle of disaster going on. So, you know, I don't know. I didn't think this issue was a sleeper at all. I got a lot out of it. You know, with like I said, with the relationship being developed between Galactus and his new herald, and it's seeming like, you know, this guy's not gonna just roll over and do what I say. Like, we're gonna have to work this out somehow.
How many issues do you think we're gonna get before we actually get the Black Winter?
I mean, is it an ongoing series?
Is it a 5-issue series, Ryan?
I don't know, but that's kind of the suspicion I'm getting. I'm thinking the next issue is going to follow the same formula as this one, but it's going to be Galactus and Thor versus Beta Ray Bill. Something else shows up at the end that unifies those three together. So then the 4th issue will probably get some kind of thing going on where at the end of that, then the Black Winter itself will show up. And then I think issue 5 will be Galactus dealing with this Black Winter, whatever it is.
I think Donny Cates is building toward an event because we had Silver Surfer Black.
Oh, yeah.
Ending with Null. We had Absolute Carnage basically ending with no resolution of Carnage and Null. And now we have this. I think he's building an event coming up where it's going to be Null versus the entire Marvel Cinematic.
It's going to be an Infinity Gauntlet.
And I've said that before. Like the way that he's going about this and the way that he's building it really does have that Infinity Gauntlet feel to it, where you've got, you know, these buildups from all these different tie-ins, you know, just like they did back then, to the main event. Where, all right, like,
I bet it's going to be
all know each other that well. We might not all get along that well, but this dude's going to take us all out if we don't figure something out.
Yep.
And what would be cool is if we see coming out of this Thor series where, you know, Galactus is going to side with our heroes. You know, who else might we get in here to side with them? You know, because we've got the whole Absolute Carnage saga is moved over, and it's finishing or it looks like it's moving towards finishing in Venom and giving us our you know, what's going to happen there. And then we've got this going on here. So, I mean, I feel like I'm talking too much. I'm sorry, guys. I just got off the book, man. I don't read Marvel that much. You know, Savage Avengers and now this, and this has just got me like.
This is my second Marvel book. I read my first DC book this week. So, no, I did read Batman 86 or whatever. So.
Read Batman. You know, we were going to talk Flash last week before we canceled, and I'm glad that we waited to talk about Flash until this week because all of you guys got to read it, and it was pretty good. I'm going to rank our books this week. Number 3. Third.
Yeah. I hate to admit it, but yeah, it really wasn't great.
I had such a hard time finding this. It was the last issue at one store they had. I wanted
to drove around everywhere just so we could read it, and I appreciate it.
6 bookstores I went to.
It'll be good for the collection.
Number 2 for me.
Yeah.
number one.
I mean, as much as I did say it had some fluff to it, I did like Thor, but I thought Flash came out a little bit ahead just because of that last little that third act there. Whenever old Flash shows up, oh man, that was so cool.
Yeah, Dustin. God, take a breath.
I was excited, Terry. You talked about it all night last night. 3 hours show on this book.
Oh boy. Didn't the Lurkin get in trouble for lurking or something? I don't know about all that.
I heard there was a certain comic book bodybuilder that was gonna put him in a headlock and noogie him till he went bald if he ever lurked on his channel again. I don't know.
I don't know anything about that. But the bodybuilder,
You're ridiculous.
I'm
pretty sure I just laughed so hard.
I appreciate everyone in this community, regardless.
Oh yeah.
Hashtag forever lurking. All right. This was fun.
Absolutely.
It was, and I appreciate the exposure to Flash. I'm really excited about it because Flash has, again, always been a character I really liked from the viewpoint of the shows. And, again, Flash was already on, like 60 something. So I never picked it up, never really jumped on it. But I'm telling you, I mean, I don't know if maybe I just got lucky with a good issue, but I enjoyed the heck out of it.
I was talking to Ryan about it. I'm like, dude, 87 is the perfect issue to jump on because it's basically the beginning of a new story arc.
Yeah.
So it sounds like people like that book. So that's awesome. Nick, what was your top three or top two, I guess
for this week?
Yeah. So you can go any of those books. You got 30 of them over there, so you can go.
I do.
Three.
All right. Well, the best book that we talked about tonight was Silver Surfer Black and Treads Art.
I don't think we talked about it. I think you talked about it.
That's good. All right. So I think for me, that right there was number one for the week. It finally paid off. So, and I don't even like horror stories or horror anything because I like it not bad. And then hold on. I hope Perry's still watching because that was trash, dude.
Yeah, I heard a review podcast, and they always review everything. And they even said, we read this book, and we're not even going to talk about it right now. Like, the art's trash, the story's trash, nobody knows what's going on.
It was tough. And then, honestly, so I don't have it in front of me, but Flash, because I read it digitally, I would put that number 2, but for a physical copy I had, Star Wars, issue number 2.
You're gonna get on Darth Vader next week. I'm pumped about Darth Vader next week.
Nobody cares what you're pumped about. I'm just kidding. Of course, I'm gonna get on Darth Vader. And then if anybody has the omnibus from the Darth Vader run that's not selling it for $300, let me know.
Hey, really quickly, what was your number one? And then I'll say what I was gonna say.
Mine?
Yeah.
Oh, my number one book this week?
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Something's killing the children.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to talk about this really quickly. So we got Necessary Evil ending. We got Go-Go Power Rangers ending. Both of those ending soon. Dustin looks upset.
It's ending forever. I just started.
Put that down. No one wants to see that.
Look what you guys did to me. And now it's over.
Didn't you send one to Perry too to make him read it?
So here's what I'm gonna say. I think I've messaged Ryan about this before. If they're gonna do another events, they need to do one shots for every single ranger. Doing a one shot on every ranger would be a freaking phenomenal issue. You know what I mean? Like whether it's going back in time like they did with Rita or going through like a day in the life of them and still showing up the other rangers maybe, just mostly focusing on a single ranger and doing an individual ranger issue, like maybe one every week building up to the first issue of an event. I feel like that'd be really, really smart to do.
Dude, that Billy issue touched my heart. I love that one. It's so good.
From Mighty Morphin?
Yeah, where he wears his Mighty Morphin suit.
Where he's morphed all the time just so he don't have to be afraid. Like, oh my God, that melted my heart, man.
Yeah. So we need more of that. Oh my God, Nick.
I'm trying so hard.
I feel like he didn't even like Silver Surfer Black that much until tonight when he realized how much you hate it.
Oh no! I hated it when I picked it up last year on the shelf. I opened it, said, "No, this is stupid. Put it back." And then seriously, so I got this, and I really read it and I enjoyed it. And I'm telling you, besides Kanto, this was book number 2 for me last year.
Oh, yeah. I hear that book, like a lot of people got turned away by the art, but those that invested the time, like, love it. They speak so highly of it.
And,
it's good.
So after they do the one shots of all the Rangers, they've already done that one like trade paperback of Tommy and his son and all that in the future.
You guys read that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have it. It's good.
The Legend of the Dragon or something like that.
I haven't bought it yet.
It's really good.
It wasn't my favorite, but it's pretty good. Yeah.
I think they need to do a solo, either like a 6-issue series or a 4 or 5-issue series or something. A solo Green Ranger or Tommy story, whether it's a green and a white or just green or just white. They need to do something. Maybe bring in a new character where he somehow gets transported off world or something. I think that would be cool. Or maybe do an origin story of Lord Draken.
I would agree with that, and I think a lot of the Tommy haters out there would say the whole series has been a Tommy show.
No, it is not.
Exactly. He's been killed off and absent for how many issues?
Ryan has said this from the beginning. They were like, okay, he's too powerful. We're going to sideline him.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think what would be cool would be to get an origin story on the Green Ranger powers of the first Green Ranger, the original
white power,
where Rita obtains the power, how it's obtained.
That would be they go through that though. Well, no, they don't. They kind of do, but she goes and gets it back on Breen. That's where Breen was introduced. She doesn't. I think she left it there though. Before
is that in the Go-Go series?
Yes, maybe.
Well, that's why I'm not familiar with it then, because I know they didn't do it in Mighty Morphin, so it had to have been Go-Go.
Okay, it's hard for me to keep it all straight on what series exactly, but there's an issue where whenever they introduce the planet Breen and the princess and all that, Rita goes back there to collect the dragon power coin that she had left there.
Okay. Yep.
And so that's where the Green Ranger comes from at this point, at least. I don't think they show where she originally got it, though. Do they?
They don't. That would be an interesting story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I thought it's been kind of hinted at that she used to be a ranger, but that was more hinted at in the movie than it was in the show or in the comics. So that would be interesting.
Or even how go back and go do a small mini series on the fabricating of the power coins and the power and the morphing grid. How did this come to be? That would be cool.
You're telling me?
Yeah, I don't know who.
They kind of touch on that in Beyond the Grid as well, though.
So you're telling me in all of
I haven't finished that series yet.
Yeah, good luck getting through it. But at the end they kind of talk about how the Morphin Masters created the morphing grid, and as a way to a conduit to channel the energy, and they created the power coins as a way to tap into the grid to harness the power and all that. Because that does kind of tie back into the shattered or the necessary evil thing. It was an uncontrollable power. They created the grid to control it and make it into a tool or a weapon. So now that we have the shattered grid and all that, and the energy's leaking out, that's how that makes a little more sense.
Gotcha. Okay.
Nick, go ahead. You've been dying over there.
Okay. All right. So you guys are
so
telling me.
Also, you got to think about too.
I'm gonna stab you. Now you're telling me throughout all of the shows, all of the movies, all of the comic books, we don't have a very real origin of the Power Rangers and how they existed, or is it just it sounded like kind of just mild into it? But
everybody's talked about it, but
they don't have anything in the power coins other than the movie. Nothing Nothing about how the coins are created.
So what even
is the closest we got to power creation, right?
What's that? Say that again.
I was saying Ninjor, that was probably the closest we got to the creation of powers and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Ninjor.
Well, I'm a bit disappointed then because I mean that's a really good question. What caused the Power Rangers? Where did the grid come from?
Well, why don't you start writing
Zordon
letters and make it happen, Nick?
No, we know Zordon just came from the Yellow Brick
Eltar.
Road,
Eltar.
and then
Super nerd.
Of course, let me say this: Dragon Ball is like 286 episodes of us not even knowing that Goku is an alien.
Hey, you don't say that. We know all about Goku now. We've gotten his origin story like 15 times.
Yeah, now we have.
Zordon origin story. That'd be cool.
If they're in an origin story on the Green Ranger and a coin and all that, they call it evil with green versus green.
Evil with green.
Evil.
Or what if the time shifting movie, the time travel movie, is the white good Green Ranger goes back and fights the bad Green Ranger?
I texted Ryan this. I have the perfect idea for a story arc in events. So they talk about the multiverse and Draken being from another universe and all that. Dude, we got the OG team with Jason, Trini, Zach, Ken, Jason, Tommy. Those 6.
Billy,
yes. Versus Rocky, Aisha, Kat, White Tommy, Adam, all of them. And they have the very first cover of this event. Very first cover is a homage to X-Men 100 or 101 with the old team and the new X-Men fighting each other. And they're all lined up and they're the same colors. Except for one of the team has a White Ranger, one of them has a Green Ranger, and the new ones, it'll be kind of like the movie where they have the little stuff in the middle, and they have Billy will have the wolf, and they'll have the bear and all that stuff. I think that would be a killer 3 to 5
yeah, no doubt,
or something.
No doubt, I could get with that.
You want me to tell y'all how y'all could really get Power Rangers on the map with people? You bring in Goku, okay, and then you have Goku.
Instagram Power Mashup. He does pins and stuff that's like Power Rangers and Goku and Dragon Ball Z and stuff. Pokemon and Power Rangers. It's good stuff. I have a pin actually of Gohan Super Saiyan Ascended Saiyan Team Gohan as the White Ranger. It's sick.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah.
Real quick. And then I'll do my top 3 real quick. But I did pick up finally issue number 2 of the Justice.
Oh, nice! I've never read that actually.
You don't have number 1 yet with the Green Ranger?
I do, but I don't have the Green Ranger versus Superman, dude. I can buy it off of eBay. I just haven't yet. But I'm trying to find it in the wild or something because I'm trying to save them shipping fees. But I found it at that Total Nostalgia place me and Nick did the show on. And he had it on his back wall with all his other Power Ranger stuff, and he wouldn't sell it to me. I offered him $15 to sell it to me. But it is awesome.
No for you.
What's your top 3?
Hey, Dustin, quick question for you.
What?
Nobody cares about your top 3.
That's the question.
Okay. So number 3, Go Power Rangers, even though I am slowly falling in love with a dying series.
It's like watching a canceled TV show.
Number 3, I kind of feel like this is like a movie where the guy falls in love with a chick who's got a month to live, and it's really sad. So
what is the name?
I was thinking more like being a fan of Firefly.
What is the name of that movie? It's got Mandy Moore in it. God.
Something about bones. My Sister's Keepers or My Sister's Bones or something.
No,
it's like from the early 2000s or the 90s.
A Walk to Remember.
A Walk to Remember.
I don't know. I haven't
Never even seen it. Never even seen it.
Remember. Number 2. I was so glad to be able to feel like I got to eat on this issue. I feel like we got to really eat. And the number 1.
What are you talking about? We're eating.
I talked about it all night long. I have dominated the conversation. I do apologize that you brought me on your channel, Steve, and I just completely took over the Thor conversation. I was just too excited, and I've been just all day brewing on this all day long. It's been driving me nuts. So thank you for allowing me to at least get all that out.
Yes. Comics on the Mind wants to know who did that variant cover.
This one?
It says Mercado.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to remember. I read all the covers earlier.
Yeah, it's the yearbook variant for Skull. And his quote is, Bulk's quote is the best.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to get that one, but I didn't see it anywhere. Social cover by Joanna the Mad, designed by Dylan Todd.
And yes, mind, TMNT Power Rangers crossover is all the way metal, dude.
It's our three favorite. Wouldn't you all three agree?
Absolutely. Even Nick reads it.
All the series of the Power Rangers right now.
If that tells you anything, Nick likes it, mind. And number 3 drops next week. So y'all already know I'm about to go broke because not only do we get the regular covers, but we get the second print covers. So we get 2 1 per stores, 2 1 in 25s, 1 1 in 50, all the regular ones. And my comic shop hit me up this week and was like, hey, we got all these coming. This is what it's going to look like. And I'm like, I hate you.
What is that going to run you?
I have no idea, but I'm going to be taking
You may want to know.
books in with me. So I'm hoping it don't run me much because I just bought a grill this week.
Well, I thought you just bought a new washer.
He did do that. That was his grail.
I haven't even bought the washer yet.
You haven't gone and gotten a washer?
But I have got a mail call coming in that I would like to definitely have you two guys in. We can work that out because
yeah, for sure.
I got a big grill coming in. So
yeah. What's $4 times 50?
Well, yeah. I mean, I've got. Let's see. There's going to be 3 of the reprints: the 1 in 50, the 1 in 25, the 4 regular helmet covers, the cover A, the FOC, and the 1 per store. That's 12 books. And I already know that a couple of them's not going to be cover price. So unless John wants to love on me this week. So I'm going to be taking the short box.
You're talking $40. Are they $4.99 or $3.99?
They're $3.99, I believe.
So you're talking $40 for 10 of those, and you figure 2 if they're the 1 in 25, 1 in 50. I mean, you're talking another $20 to $40 a piece on those.
I know. Okay, I'm probably gonna sell my first appearance of Miles Morales.
That's cool.
And he comes up with his. Like I'm like,
Comics on the Mind just said he just bought first Miles Morales. So I was like, I'm just gonna put that out real quick.
That's awesome.
All right, show yours off, and then let's get out of here because I got to work tomorrow.
I may sell this one.
You probably should just trade it to your store.
Ryan, you need to get in on my 500 subscriber giveaway because it ends tomorrow. So go on and comment at least.
Yeah. There was a lot of information that came out today all over my Twitter feed, apparently. So now I know what I want to talk about in this video that I have to make. So
there you go. Do it, dude. Do it.
Yeah, because I've been like, man, I don't know what am I most excited about this year. But then it was like, boom, 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 boom. Like all these creators were like tweeting stuff at me. I was like, holy crap, that's awesome.
That is awesome. You guys got anything else you want to say before we sign off?
I just want to echo what the other, what the 2 brothers said about something that's killing the children. I love the first one, and then the second one, it felt like a little bit of a dip. But then I started to appreciate the pacing with 3 and 4. But I was like, they got to give us something at some point. And oh my god, 5, like every page I turned, I was just like, holy, what the?
It was brutal.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. They shot like the main character right at the beginning of the issue, but I was like, I did not expect this to happen.
And then they had kids like arms ripped apart. I mean, it was.
Yeah.
It was scary.
Yeah, this issue was everything I've been waiting on that series to turn into.
Can you imagine though? And I'm sorry, Burke. I know you got to get off here. We all, especially Dustin. Dustin took like a 5-hour nap just to prepare for this. I'm trying to get a hold of him today at like 2 o'clock, and he's like, "I'm sleeping."
We started like 10 o'clock my time, and I got to be up at 4 in the mornings.
So, but
4:40.
That character right here, I can't. I mean, I hope somebody picks this up and does something because she's gonna whoop somebody's tail in real life.
Yeah, Netflix. How have you not? Netflix should have had that deal signed before this book even dropped.
Yeah,
this feels so much like Stranger Things. It's perfect for what they do.
Hey, Burke, you can do like Rod did and just leave your stream open to me and Dustin and New Guy can just go for the next hour.
12 hours later, 700 subscribers.
And it's just me talking about Thor.
All right, anyway, yeah, but Flash was awesome. Thor was great. And yeah, so it is what it is.
Burke, thank you for bringing the Flash into my life.
Yes.
And thank you guys for bringing a dying comic book into mine. I'm at the point where I almost wish that they would keep Go-Go and kill the other one.
No, Mighty Morphin's pretty good.
Yeah, they'll just morph it over.
I don't know how they're gonna hit. Oh, did it? Little pun there. It was morph it over.
Yeah, well, you know, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is kind of their namesake. So if they're gonna drop a title, it's gonna be the Go-Go, off-brand kind of thing.
I wonder if Ryan Parrott he's writing both of them.
You notice Cena Grace fell off, right?
I did not notice that.
Yeah, Cena Grace was, writing the Go-Go Power Rangers whenever Necessary Evil started, but I've noticed his name disappeared, and Ryan Perot hasn't mentioned him in a while on Boom Room. So,
You listen to that podcast too?
Of the Boom Room with that interview yet?
The newest one? Yeah.
I haven't heard.
You guys listen to the Boom Room podcast, the Ranger Danger?
When was the most recent one?
What was that?
When was the most recent one?
Just earlier this week, maybe like Monday.
Okay, I need to listen to it then.
Yeah, it just came out this week.
He's got three books coming out week after week after week. There's only one time a month where a book's not coming out, so it's hard to keep up with all that stuff.
Are they talking about the Turtles book too in there now?
Oh yeah, they're talking about that.
Cool. I need to go back and catch up.
I don't think they did this last time though. I think it was just Go-Go and Mighty Morphin. But yeah, he did talk about at least the first issue. I think the first two, right?
Yeah.
He did talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Turtles. I don't know. Okay.
All right, Ryan, you want to say your goodbyes, and then we'll go to Nick and then Dustin.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you heard everything we talked about. It was a phenomenal week. There was a lot of good books. There was some hits and misses across the board, but I was blown away by what I read. So I plan to put some stuff together, get back into posting a little more. So check me out on Instagram. You can find me at Nuexguy, Nuexguy.
Sweet. Nick.
I can't even. It just suck. Look, hold on. We got to make this right. Show y'all.
Oh my god.
Look, both them too. That's both covers. Anyways, so thank you again for the Flash. Congratulations on 600. As soon as these are back in stock on Amazon, I will send you one so you can truly appreciate Silver Black and all of its glory. And you can frame it, display it as you see fit, but you'll enjoy it. I promise. You come around. And as always, collect the way you choose to. And yeah, congratulations.
Appreciate it.
When are you doing your actual your
Saturday.
thing? Saturday? Okay.
Saturday, because the Chiefs game is on Sunday. I'm not going to be Chiefs all day Sunday. So.
Do you know what? Let me know what time so we make sure we don't do ours accidentally at the same time or anything.
Sounds good. All right, Dustin.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for listening to me talk about Thor too much. Again, I apologize for taking over, but it was a great stream. Had a great time with you guys. Any guys that are out there catching this on the replay, if you haven't already hit that subscribe button on Steve's channel, make sure you do it by tomorrow so you can get in on his giveaway. Go check us out for our giveaway. We are doing ours. Is going to be going on Saturday as well. Hope you guys have a good rest of your week. Finish out Friday strong, and as always, collect your way.
I appreciate you guys for joining me. I feel like this was probably our best review stream that we've done because we've kind of gotten off the rails before just talking about random stuff, but I feel like tonight was the best reviews that we've done on books, and we all pretty much read all the books for the most part, and that was a lot of fun. So I definitely appreciate you guys for joining me. Again, thank you to everyone for getting me to 600 subscribers, giving away a couple awesome books. So I'll show them off again one more time, and then we'll call it. These 2 books, they'll be in mystery boxes. First 2 people who win will get those, plus 9 other free books. Make sure you go to my 500 subscriber giveaway video. Again, this is Berkfamily54comics. I'm Steve. And remember, go Cats, go Chiefs.